All right. Good evening, everybody. And as you can see, we have ourselves a guest host today. So, evening, Dan. How are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well. So, we've kind of unmasked the IT department. So we have IT on staff tonight. I know Steph wasn't able to make it. Busy day at work today, but thank you so much for filling in. This is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to being on this side of the camera instead of behind the camera, which I
There you
wasn't really
go.
behind the camera before. I just was just in a different room typing on the computer, weird comments and things. So yeah,
Well, you have a face for TV, my friend. Face for TV. But
I don't know.
let's
I don't know about that. I think maybe radio, but that's okay. I'm okay with that.
see. That's what I've been told many times. But anyway, well, now that you're here, let's chat a little bit because not everybody gets to see this part. So, obviously, the school year has started, and you're doing all kinds of cool things with the video department. Can you kind of fill us in on some of the fun projects you've been working on here at the school?
Well, we just, as you just said, we started out the year and been just kind of getting things put together to start the year. Specifically, we did do a kickoff video each year, so I was able to create that.
Nice.
We also are working on some safety videos. The first one got released this week, and so just in general, trying to find different ways to be able to help promote what's happening within the school district. So looking forward to also working with you on a project that hopefully down the road people will get the opportunity to be able to see and see your face in a different light. Looking forward to being able to do that too.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We have a fun little project with that we're working on. So yeah, hopefully that'll be out here in the next month. But yeah, looking that'll be super fun. So anyway, for those that don't know, and maybe they do and maybe they don't, real quick, not to continue to go back on you, but like what, just so people know, because I mean you do an amazing. Obviously, you do all my stuff and you do all the videos and the graphic stuff for me. But like for the school district, what kind of is your job? What are the other things that you do, just so people kind of get a feel for exactly what you do every day? Because they see that, they see some of that cool content. Tell us about a little bit more about that.
Well, my official title is the Community Relations Coordinator
Okay.
and Public Information Officer. So the way I like to look at it is my job gets to tell the good news and the not so good news at times. So depending on what's happening within a district, I get the opportunity to be able to share information out to the public in many different ways. And so that could be via email, that could be via videos, as you just mentioned, just in a wide variety of ways to help people know what's happening within a district.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, and some of the stuff. And for people that don't know, what is the district?
Littleton Elementary School District. We are located in Avondale, Tolleson, and Phoenix.
Yeah. So amazing stuff. If you go on the website, you'll see all of Dan's work there. But with that being said, let's kind of hop on to a few things here. And as we can see, here is our bracket that we've gotten up to date. We are in the Elite Eight. We have our Final Four that we will be revealing tonight. And as you know, we'll do that with the Montage area. But it is crazy to think that we're already getting to the Final Four. Since this is kind of your first night on here, what is your takeaway so far? Any big surprises? What's your take so far?
Well, I guess I'm somewhat surprised on some of the early ones. The Was Up guys, I'm really surprised that Kool-Aid Man, took them down early. And even looking at just in general, I think, what do we only have? Oh, we still have 2 number 1 seeds right now. No, actually, we have 3 number 1 seeds, don't we?
We have 3 number 1s. Yep.
3 out of the 4 in the Elite 8. So, I think last year we had a lot of the number 1s that were out already. I think there's a lot of surprises, but things just in general seem to be going, based on the way that the bracket was set up. So there's, I'm looking forward to seeing and discussing the results of this one.
Yeah, I mean, other than beverages, which was just a complete train wreck, where we have the bottom 4 seats actually getting all the way through. Yeah, the other ones are pretty much, like we said, have come chalk. So, Well, let's get into it. Let's get into, I think our first one is going to be beverages, and let's play the montage and see who made it through. It is right now between the Real Men of Genius, which I've been very outspoken that I believe they should be winning, and the Clydesdales, which Steph has been very vocal that they should be winning. So let's see who made it through.
Final horse for this year's hits team is Thunder.
Boy.
Thunder. Maybe next year, Hank.
Oh, she went with the sentimental. Yeah, those animals, they'll get you. This is a great commercial.
Welcome aboard, Hank.
That is a great commercial. That is awesome. So let's add that back up there. So as we now know, we have it was Real Men of Genius versus the Clydesdales, and the winner was the Clydesdales, which that is a tremendous commercial. Anytime you can get Rocky in anything is always a good thing. But a little surprised by this. But what's your take on this?
I think a lot of people like the ponies. You know, I think really when it comes down to it, people are always looking at the ponies and they're loving the ponies. The Real Men of Genius had a good ride, but I think just the emotional attachment that people have to, you know, those horses. My favorite still with them is the kicking the field goal.
Yes.
You know, those scenes, I love that, but you know, I think there is an attachment to it. And I don't remember 100% what the percentage is. We left those at the house, but I believe if I remember right, this was a really close one.
Okay.
I think it might have been 60-40 in regards to like percentage that close.
Okay.
Based on our results. So this definitely was not a runaway.
Yeah, and as Don put it, which I would agree with, you know, it's just they're an emotional favorite, and you know, especially like a commercial like that. Like, I mean, that is, and the other thing too is the Clydesdales, like the Real Men of Genius had like a good maybe 6 month to a year run, maybe, but the Clydesdales, I mean, they've been going strong for decades, and I mean, if you go to, it's not SeaWorld, I don't think. Maybe it is SeaWorld.
Busch Gardens.
Yeah, so even if you go to like, yeah, so I mean, you can still see the Clydesdale. Like you could actually go there. So I mean, they're iconic. So I mean, if you put it that way, it makes a lot of sense, and probably means that they probably should not have been a 7 seed, truth be told. But good job by the Clydesdales getting through to the next round. And now we're going to get into cereal, which, you know, this one was the beverages was a tough bracket. There was really a lot of really good characters. Cereal's the same way. So let's see who gets through to the next round.
Oh yeah, Crackle knows all about the new flavor. Pop told him.
No one told me. No one tells me anything.
Okay.
No one told
This is a
Crackle
little
about
surprising.
What? Who? What? Why?
And to make matters worse, they chose a flavor I've never heard of.
Cocoa. Cocoa. It's pronounced cocoa.
Oh, I love cocoa.
New from Kellogg's, Rice Krispies Cocoa. Rice Krispies, now with a delicious hint of real cocoa.
Cocoa. The A is silent.
Wasn't it? Didn't it used to be Cocoa Krispies?
It did. Yeah, it did. So they
changed it.
They did. Yeah. I don't know why they did. I mean, marketing, I guess. Look here. Snap, Crackle, Pop takes down Mikey in a little bit of an upset there, beating the number 1 seed. So at least in 2 brackets, the number 1 seeds are done. Again, Mikey's iconic, but looking at Snap, Crackle, Pop, it's still you know, I think animation is always a fun thing. There's a lot that goes into it. I'm not surprised by this, but still a number one seed going down.
Yeah, I agree. There is a little bit of a surprise to it. I think Mikey he's been around for a long time, and I'm sure any of the kids that are watching right now probably don't have a clue who Mikey is, but obviously we grew up with Mikey,
Yep.
and that was an iconic
Right.
moment in our life, seeing Mikey on TV. So, but Snap Crackle Pop, obviously they've been going through this bracket and got to this point, and it's 3 against 1, I guess. Snap Crackle Pop against Mikey. So obviously they tagged up on Mikey. Mikey went down.
That's a great point. That is awesome. That is so funny. And like you said, I mean, Snack Crackle Pop is still in existence today. You guys will see them on boxes, things like that. Or Mikey, and yes, we are definitely aging ourselves. He was iconic, but way a while ago. He's not been around a lot. So I could definitely see that as a reason for that. So we're through 2 of the rounds here, and now we're off to the insurance bracket, which the insurance had tons of really good characters, and mainly because they're all still on TV for the most part. So they're all relevant. People see them. And so it definitely came down to 2 real popular, iconic people, and let's see who gets through.
This is a status bar. This is a search bar. Let's know the difference, okay? Social
makes me
media.
happy.
It can be overwhelming for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
Now, what does it mean to slide into someone's DMs? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay, we're not ready for that. As a team, we'll get there. It might be a fruit emoji, but that doesn't mean they're talking about fruit.
Progressive can't save you from
I
becoming your
love how
parents,
Steph
but we
has to
can save
throw
you
at
money
least
when you bundle
one
home and
of
auto with us.
Okay, do you really
risque
think we
in
need
there.
47 photos of fun dinner at Pam's?
Yes.
No. Tom, you coming back in?
Just trying to get to the bottom of this feed.
There is no bottom. Okay, again.
That is so funny. Holy
Nice.
crow, is that funny? That is a great commercial, and that makes me very happy. As Don't Be Your Parents guy took on Jake, just 2 juggernauts who probably could have won the whole thing, truth be told.
It was the khakis.
Well, yeah, the Don't Be Your Parents guy, they're both very relevant. That's the newest commercial. That is a great one. And there's some just great humor in it. I'm a big fan of that character. The marketing firms for insurance companies do an amazing job, and that's a fun character, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I totally agree. I was thinking that Jake might come and take down the Don't Be Your Parents guy, but this one actually was a huge, I think, landslide. It was, I think, like 80-20 on this one. So
Wow.
Don't Be Your Parents guy did come out pretty heavy and walloped old Jake from State Farm. It must have been the Aaron Rodgers commercials, and the relevancy of Aaron Rodgers has gone down since he left the Packers and is turning into another circus over there in New York. But hey, no longer my circus since he's a Packer.
Well, that is funny, and you can make the same thing with Chris Paul. Now that Chris Paul is gone, although the Chris Paul commercials were fantastic, but yeah. I miss the Aaron Rodgers one. I'm just kidding. I know that I know your feelings. I know old Aaron Rodgers. So anyway, Don't Be Your Parents guy, the first number 1 seed to make it through to the final 4, and we have 1 left, which is our potpourri. Let's see who gets through.
If you love spaghetti, just like I know you do, then my soft breadsticks will be a dream come true. So crispy
A little bit of an upset.
outside, so soft right through. You'll love my breadsticks as much as I love you. Nothing says loving like my soft breadsticks.
And there it is.
You do not want to, forget about the Billboard Doughboy.
No, and the little giggle at the end, that's still iconic. Knocks off the number 1 seed. Where's the beef lady? Pillsbury Doughboy, our second number 7 seed that gets all the way through. So we have 2 number 7 seeds that gets through. Again, I'm not surprised by this. Probably should have been seeded a little bit higher. But knocks off Where's the Beef Lady. And I would say, obviously, if you're looking at just rankings, a pretty big upset here.
Well, and I think the Where's the Beef Lady also falls into that same situation with Mikey.
Yeah.
Another iconic 80s commercial character that that's been in a lot of people's thoughts in regards to just kind of childhood. But Pillsbury Doughboy, he's got that lovable little nature, that roly-poly little guy that I'm sure there's some people that are feel like it's kind of offensive that he gets poked in the belly here and there, just because of.
Not me. I love it.
You love it.
Let him giggle. Let him giggle a little bit. Well, look at this. So far, here is. Let's get to our final 4. So we have Snap Crackle Pop taking on the Clydesdales, and then we have Don't Be Your Parents Guy taking on Pillsbury's Doughboy. The 2 number 7 seeds trying to get into the final. Where do you see this lie, my friend?
I'm feeling over on the Snap Crackle and Clydesdale side. I feel like the Clydesdales are going to come out. The other side is a little bit harder for me to figure out. I feel like it leans a little bit more towards the Don't Be Your Parents Guy. But again, it all comes down to love, Chris. Do you love baking or do you love
right?
parents?
Exactly.
So
well, that's it. Do you love and a little bit of comedy and just the idea of it. And maybe I'm just biased, the Don't Be Your Parents Guy, because it's talking about new home ownership. So maybe I have a little bit of a soft spot for. And plus, some of those are dangerously close to representing me, even though I'm not a new home guy. So those are super fun. So let's look at the whole bracket because I think this is amazing, and I always think this is super fun. So we're all the way to here. From where we were from the beginning to now, all of a sudden we're at the very end. We've got our final 4. It's all getting filled out, which is the fun part about the bracket is seeing, all these things filled out. I'm excited to see kind of where we're going to go. I'm going to go ahead and put let's put this in the chat to be able to go through. So you just want to go ahead and hop on to coach.com/commercial. Character bracket. That'll get you where you want to go, and just go ahead and click on that, and that'll take you right where you want to go. Let's try to get as many votes as we possibly can. Getting into the finals here should be super fun, and we're going to go ahead and take this through to Sunday. As always, we'll take it to Sunday afternoon, and then we're going to rock this thing out next Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, and vote, people, vote. Share it with your neighbors. Share it with your coworkers. Let's see who comes out ahead here. Is the ponies? Are the ponies going to win? The little Snap Crackle Crispy people, are they going to come out and trounce? Is it going to be the Don't Be Your Parents Guy? Or does the Pillsbury Doughboy roll all over the other 3? So,
I see what you did there. Very nicely done.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. Well, we're ready to roll. Dan, I can't thank you enough for kind of stepping in. I know you're just as busy as anybody. I know Steph's super busy tonight, but I know you're busy as well. So I appreciate you popping on for a little bit, have a little bit of fun with us, revealing the final 4 and getting ready to get after the next round.
Yeah, I know she'll be looking forward to being able to jump back on, and then, you won't have to see my face. I'll be able to be in the background again.
Oh no, this was fantastic. Hey, my friend, you have yourself a wonderful evening. Be safe, and we'll be seeing you here soon.
All right, bye, everybody.
See you later, guys.